Bloom's revised digital taxonomy was revised from Benjamin Bloom's initial 1956 proposal to classify learning objectives. The revisions were made to meet the digital learners of the 21st century. One of the main purposes of Bloom's digital taxonomy is to help educators guide their students into a deeper level of cognitive thinking through the help of technology. Bloom's taxonomy works by starting with low-level objectives and progressively adding on and reaching high-level objectives. The 6 cognitive learning objectives in order from lowest to highest are remembering, understanding, applying, analyzing, evaluating, and creating. I will walk through the 6 different levels by applying each level to meet the Indiana State Standard of learning the Bill of Rights in 5th grade. The first and lowest learning objective is remembering. Remembering is the ability to recall or recognize knowledge through memory. Some ways to build memory are through reciting definitions and facts or creating lists. Having students create flashcards using an app like Edic is a great way to memorize the amendments. Edic allows you to set reminders to quiz yourself and pick out the terms you most often get wrong. Understanding is the ability to grasp knowledge that has been remembered in a more meaningful way through interpretation, summarization, inferences, classification, comparison, or explanation. To help my students understand what they have just read and memorized, I will ask them to create a concept map. Their concept map should include a definition of each amendment in their own words and classify them in the order of how important they feel each right pertains to their lives. Applying is the ability to relate knowledge to different situations and use that knowledge to produce presentations, models, simulations, or real-life solutions. I will ask my students to apply knowledge they have learned by creating a presentation on the Bill of Rights, which they will then present to a collaborating classroom in another English-speaking country. Analyzing is the ability to break down concepts and see how each part of that concept interacts together. It is the ability to distinguish, categorize, or compare and contrast different ideas and concepts. I will ask my students to add connections to the concept maps they previously created. They will add connections between the laws of their country and the country of their collaborating Skype classroom. Evaluating is the ability to place judgment on an idea by reflecting and critiquing it. I will pose a question on our Classimodo group for students to reflect and discuss together. The last and highest cognitive learning objective is creating. Creating is the ability to place ideas into a new, organized, structural whole which is presentable to others through generating, planning, or producing. To end my lesson on the Bill of Rights, I will have my students collaborate together to create a script and movie to demonstrate the importance of the Bill of Rights. For each amendment, they will create a scene which shows a citizen practicing their right and another showing what it would be like if that right was taken away. As an educator, you now know how to lead your students through the 6 cognitive learning objectives of the Bloom's revised taxonomy. It is important to note that technology should not be used for the sake of using technology, but as a means to reach an educational benefit. All 6 levels of Bloom's taxonomy may not be appropriate for every lesson, but it is important that students regularly take their cognitive learning higher than just remembering facts. All educators should encourage their students to understand, apply, analyze, evaluate, and create.